What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I am joined by my co-host SW today for another episode. How are you doing today, man?
Doing good.
Nice, same here. So yeah, apparently I have a new op. I got Aidan or Aidan on X is my new op apparently. So I'll
Wait, so
respond to
he
that.
runs the AF post or whatever?
Yeah. So I was gonna get in just in case anybody doesn't know who he is. He's pretty well known, but yeah, he founded the AF Post Twitter account, that brand. Um, I know he's kind of tight with Tucker. I know him and Tucker were in a picture together. That's neither here nor there. That's not really the point. But yeah, I mean, he's a striver. He's living in DC. He is very politically active. So. Yeah, I mean he owns AF Post, and I
Well, does
actually don't
AF post have any ties to Nick at all?
know. So I'm not. I don't know who ran it before Aiden. He could probably correct me on this, but it doesn't have any official tie to Nick. I thought it did for the longest time, but it has
Yeah, same.
no
I thought it
official
was just
attachment.
all under his branding.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that he had created that, but I found out I don't know, a few months ago that that's all Aiden actually. So kudos to him. I do like the AF Post account for what it's worth. And I don't even totally disagree with everything Aiden posts. I think that he has a generally good Twitter account. I think AF Post is a net positive. I think he does some pretty good work, but we do have to touch on the CQ, the college girl question. Um, where we'll look at the video first that prompted all of this because it it's kind of what we were going to talk about on the show anyway today. But so let's go into the backstory a little bit. Oops, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's just watch the video first and just kind of get a general feel for what's going on. We're not going to watch all 3 minutes of this, but
Do we know what school it is?
somebody in the comments said Alabama. Um,
That tracks.
Yeah, very SEC coded.
Well, I was gonna
Um,
say it's somewhere south.
yeah, definitely. This isn't up north anywhere. The girl reminds me of Livy Dunn. She has like this Southern Belle kind of thing going on. So yeah, this is definitely in the South.
The funny thing is, Livy Dunn's from Jersey.
Oh, I didn't know that. She's very Southern coded, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Didn't know that. That's interesting.
It's perfect. I love it. Mom and Dad, y'all pick up wow. These colors
So cute.
made
The
me.
other thing I noticed is that mom is kind of trashy, actually. So mom has a back
The
tattoo.
tattoos.
Yeah, so this is definitely this is probably like a first gen college student actually, because there if mom has these tattoos, I don't know that that mom was like a Southern belle in the sorority. I don't know about that. So this seems like a an
Maybe it's
upwardly
striving. It's
yeah,
her
yeah,
dream was to be in the sorority, and she never
exactly.
got that. So now she's like using whatever money she has from the husband to
Right, right. So yeah,
project her dreams.
we'll come back to this video. I just want to kind of lay out what happened. So we have the video that everybody's talking about the $20,000 room makeovers that 18-year-old girls are getting when they enter college. So I had two tweets about that. So this is what's kind of funny. Aiden retweeted this tweet originally. I said if a guy's parents did this for him to make him cooler and higher status in college, Dave Ramsey himself would show up and dismantle the room personally. Parents would never even consider doing this for their sons, which would be a better spend than on their daughter. So he retweeted that one. Ostensibly, he agreed with that post. Um, and this is a different critique I have, but this is the one that he quote tweeted and like went on a tirade about. I said, oh well, this is a different video. Let's watch this. This is a quick video.
Hey guys, come see our room. Okay, so first when you walk through the door, we have our lovely vanity where we get ready, and we have all of our bags, and obviously a mirror as well. Now we have our little hallway that leads to our bathroom, and this is our bathroom.
Oh, is that a dorm?
That's our
Yes,
shower
this
with
is a
all our
dorm.
shelves.
This is an
Across from the
actual
bathroom,
dorm.
we have
Yeah.
all of our clothes. And over here we have our laundry detergent, cleaning supplies. It's cups and fridge, and this is our little snack cubby. So we got an ice machine, all of our snacks.
These are our beds, and if you come over here, this is our vanity, this is Colby's, and then that's mine. And that concludes our dorm tour.
Somebody had a good point in the comments. They were like, where are their desks to like study and do work? And really all they have instead of desks are like vanity mirrors. So anyway, I quote tweeted that video and I included a picture of Harvard's 1923 class. And you just look at the physiognomies that are just like absent today. Like
Wait,
these
do we
are
know what school those two girls were at?
no, so I'm not. I think people assumed that they were Harvard because I shared the 1923 yearbook, but this
Oh,
seems like
okay.
somewhere. This seems like somewhere in the South. I mean, this could be UT, this could be Bama, this could be Arkansas, but I think it's pretty safe to say it's an SEC school. Um, so I said I'm expected to watch this video, and I was being a little cheeky here, which mirrors porn, and be excited about the prospect of young girls in college. Forget all the they're going to get blacked by the football team, porn brain myth. You're just not going to convince me that these women will take college seriously. So I think that's a pretty reasonable
That's a
take.
very reasonable
I
take.
think I was being a little cheeky when I said this video mirrors porn because that really like excite like not in a sexual way that like evokes a reaction from people. So a lot of people were like, "This doesn't mirror porn at all. You need to stop watching the porn." It's like I was kind of just like saying that like to get a rise out of people, but beside the point. So Aidan quote tweets that. Yeah, here we go. So here's Aidan's tweet. I'll just read it because it's worth it. He said, "So a girl decorating her room is porn, and you think they can't do their schoolwork because of this? And you compare it to Harvard, a university you can't even get into? The photo you use to reference this is when the you overwrite was segregated too, which might be even funnier. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that at all." He said, "You should seriously go outside or see a therapist." And the thing that trips me out is that a lot of these things that Aiden is saying mirror what feminist women say when you critique women. The difference is that he's going to put an anti-white accusation on me also on top of just kind of like the normal stuff you hear from women. The you need to go outside, touch grass, and go see a
Well,
therapist.
simps are gonna simp.
Well, and we'll get to it, but I think that's kind of what's underlying here. He said, setting aside the fact that women that look like this are the most tedious homemakers and have a good sense of organization and decorating, they often have good feminine traits for homemaking. That's a fair point. I actually agree with that. This is conscientious behavior. The fact that you compare it to porn, calm down, or even bring up sex segregated schools is status insecurity and more likely class insecurity. See, now he's doing the armchair
But why
psychology
do you have
thing.
to attack? Well, like that's what's crazy is like I don't get why he's attack. Well, like once he says those things, that's an attack. Like
Yeah,
that,
and
there's no reason to attack you for that.
well, and it's what it comes off as is oh sorry, I got distracted here. Yeah, I mean the thing is that he doesn't even know me. So it's whatever. I get that it's the internet and you banter with people. I get it. I'm not like upset by that. But for him to be like the fact that you're bringing this up is status insecurity, this is very female coded. These are the
No,
critiques that you get from women
he's
when you critique
simping.
women.
It's a full on simp, and it's true. They don't take college as seriously, and
Right.
it's not their like. Funny enough, they'll probably end up with like a job in finance or
Yeah, I know.
engineering,
Yeah.
but it's fact. They don't take college as seriously. It's I don't know. I don't think it is. Oh, I mean, maybe there is a class angle to it, but there's a legitimate class angle to it. And he's doing this faggot LARPer thing where I shouldn't say that for YouTube, but
That's
he's
all.
doing this LARPer thing where he's trying to be Mr. Suave. Look at me, I'm a lifting boy, and all the girls like me kind of
Right.
thing.
Well, okay, exactly. So I'll get into another response of his. And so he says girls like this come from higher socioeconomic groups.
He
Uh,
doesn't know
ge-
them. I mean, granted, yeah, it's a good deduction to make off of the video, but like
right.
he's
But look at
acting
her.
like you
Yeah,
just said this about his sister.
exactly. Exactly. I don't know a single wealthy girl that didn't go to college. I wouldn't marry a girl who didn't go to college or let my daughter avoid college. The fact that you think about porn when they do this is seriously freak behavior. Again, that take that with a grain of salt. I'm sorry, and then here it is. I'm sorry that the pretty white girls from the suburbs don't, I think he meant to say don't like you and have better handwriting. This is my culture, and our and
What?
any petty attempts at attacking it are horribly superficial. So the armchair psychology thing, he's assuming, and I don't, maybe he doesn't know me that well, so I'll give him a little bit of grace. I think when he's reading this tweet, he's reading it as somebody who's anti-white or somebody who,
I
because
don't
here's
think he's not even reading that deep. He's just a grandstanding bitch boy.
okay, so I'm going to give him a little more credit. I don't totally disagree with you, but I think if I'm being charitable, I think he thinks that this is coming from like a place of deep resentment, um, a place of like not having like sexual or social success in high school and college. Like none of that is true. Um, I don't need to like spell this out for people, or it's not that he's owed this information, but I mean, I think you can relate to this too. My high school years were very fond memories, like college years, very fond memories. So the idea that this is coming from a place of like I was rejected by this kind of girl is like without getting too into the details, like that's just not true. Um, and also to think that like that feeling of insecurity or not being selected is like carrying on today. I'm married with a kid. Like there's no feeling of like I hate this white bitch. Like that's
Well,
really
but
not where it's coming from at all.
when you, but there is also the feeling of this is completely overkill.
Exactly.
It's gaudy, it's overkill, and it I don't know, it plays with the LARPers because they get to side with it because it's kind of like a dream they would do. And maybe they're projecting a little bit.
Right.
And the thing is, and maybe I'm old school, but I think a dorm room should be kind of shitty. Like that's the whole
Yeah.
point of it, and that's kind of
Well,
what makes it
when you're
not in like a communistic like
and not
it
even in
brings
like
everybody to the same level
and
type
not even in
thing.
like a boomer way of like they need to rough it to understand how to live. Like I'm not even saying that, but this video is clearly overkill. And when you read the tweet, here's the thing. Where in here do you see anything about me attacking sorority girls? Where do you see anything about the sororities? If anything, I do the opposite. I say the myth that they're all just going to get blacked by the football team is a
Well,
porn
yeah,
brain
that
myth.
was. I mean, you were upfront about it that you're not coming at it from from like an
Exactly.
angsty angle, but
Exactly. Like,
it's not wrong to point out that this is gaudy and just kind of very off-putting.
yeah, because what this video reminds me more of, like, I remember videos in the past where girls would like do like a follow me through my first day of
It's the
college
upper
kind of
middle
thing.
class white version of the prom videos.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The difference is that they actually have the money to be funding this kind of lifestyle, but that doesn't erase kind of the lack of seriousness you're treating college with, to be honest with you. Because this video reminds me more of these girls showing off a resort they're staying at instead of being excited to like, learn
Well,
physics or
and
something.
I think
And
this is
that's my deeper critique
yeah. Oh,
is
and it's
that
a
the
good.
people attending college are not serious like the people in this picture were. And yeah, Aidan can laugh, "Oh, you're black. You wouldn't have been able to be in this picture." So be it. Like I'm actually supportive of that. That's actually not the own he thinks it is.
But
I'm generally in
it's
support of that. That's not the
there's
point.
legitimate criticisms about this, and it's deeper cultural criticisms of kind of it seems this all seems gaudy and overkill that it's completely unnecessary. Like, I mean, there's all like there's the status of college, but even 10 years ago, like you could come from a massively wealthy family and like you're not doing that to a dorm room. In fact, nobody really even liked dorm rooms are kind of like just killing time before you go get your own apartment.
Exactly, exactly. So his next thing, I haven't read this entirely yet. I was at the gym when I saw he started tweeting at me and I was going to respond, but I said let's just do a video instead. So he said anticipating your rebuttals. If the video isn't porn, he's
Wait,
inferring
he
based.
actually whoa. He said I'm anticipating your rebuttals and a follow-up reply.
Yeah, 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 like he
Okay,
this is
that's
part two.
triggered.
This is
That
part two of
that
the
is
tweet.
next level triggered.
Anticipating your rebuttals. If the video isn't porn, he's inferring based on experience. I can infer just as much. Why? Because I've actually dated girls like this way better than your freak show e-girls. What? Okay. I don't know where that's coming from. Like, I've never dated an e-girl. I
He's
am
a
a mar
grandstanding bitch boy. That's
I'm
it.
married with a child. Like, and again, I don't want to go into too much detail about this because he's not owed this info, but this line, because I have actually dated girls like this. Yeah, dude, I've been there also. I'll just put it that way. Been there. I've been to the amusement park and ridden the ride. Like it's not that it's not that big of a deal. Guys always try to project the image these girls are. Wait, guys always try to protect the image these girls are whores as a way to cope
No,
with
you
the fact.
clearly said they weren't.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay. Then they try to project that onto me because the only way they can feel better is if I somehow got cucked. I'm not projecting
Wait,
that onto
what?
eight. I'm
Where is he?
I don't
He internalized this a little too much.
Yeah, because I never made that critique, and that's also not the basis of my
You never said
critique.
anything about him.
I never said anything about him, and I also never tried to project that they're whores. Just to level set here, you and I have done we did an episode about this last summer, when everybody was freaking out about the sorority girls doing their dances, and the chuds were like, "This is Negro dance. They're gonna sleep with the whole basketball team." We did a full episode saying I think that's overblown. A lot of these girls are going to leave college with maybe two bodies, three bodies, and it'll primarily be with Tanner from the frat. It's not going to be with the Marquise, the running back. Like, so to say that I'm doing the porn brain thing when I explicitly said that is not what I think is going on, and that my critique specifically is that there are people in college today who are not taking it as seriously as people from other eras, which is objectively true. And to make it this whole very triggered thing is I,
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know why
it
it hits the
triggered.
soft spot.
Meanwhile, he's double replying and talking about hypothetical rebuttals you haven't even said yet.
Right, right.
I don't
Um,
know. I don't know. That's more unhinged than I was expecting.
yeah, yeah. So that's kind of it with him. I mean, that's all I really have to say. He said something
But
else.
on the topic itself, like the whole,
Yeah, yeah, on the topic.
regardless of his thing, it's 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 kind of trashy and like, oh, I don't know. It's to me, it feels really, really fake Striver, like something you would
Mom
see
and
in
Dad.
a. It's something you would see in a like in a what was that ABC Family show about college back in our day. Like it would be
Uh,
like something you would see in like Gossip Girl or something. Like oh, it would be
yeah,
something that
yeah,
people would LARP to,
yeah.
and it's just I don't know. Just
It's just a little off-putting. It's not.
maybe I am gonna be a little bit of a commie about it and say like you shouldn't be like if you want this, go to SMU, go to
Right.
like join one of the sororities so you don't and live in the house. Like if you're in
Yeah.
dorms, you're just a normal person.
Yeah, and one of the things I can't find the tweet. It's not worth trying to find it on here right now, but one of the things that Aiden kept saying, and this is something I actually agree with, he just got there the wrong way, was he was saying that the people who have the issue with these videos, right? What he was trying to say is that their childhood or their adolescence was marked by failure, social and sexual failure, and that's why they have these opinions. I don't even totally agree with him. When you get a lot of these very butthurt and bitter people when they see the sorority girls and stuff, I do agree that there is a subset of people out there that's very they have a negative reaction just seeing like white people having fun. I will grant him that. I even said that here. I said you never fully escape your adolescence. The guy who had to move mountains for women to notice him when he was young, the guy who values female attention overall, he will take women seriously and hear their concerns because that's what he has to do to procreate. He will be a simp forever. I've already stated that. I agree with him on your childhood kind of making you your adolescent years making you who you are later in life, and it's very hard to escape. He's just making the mistake of saying that that's where I'm coming from when that's not what's going on there at all. I think it's very reasonable. I think it's very rational to have a critique of these videos that, like I said, look like they're going to a resort for the weekend,
Hey
and not
guys, come see
studying
our room. Okay, so
like
first when you
studying
walk through the door,
literature or physics or something like that. So yeah, I think that it's perfectly reasonable to have a critique of this, you know. Um,
Oh yeah.
let me see if there was anything else he said on that. Yeah, I mean, I said that right here. I said, or he might be driven by spite and create something great in order to prove that the girls were wrong about him. Either way, the driving force is still resentment, lack of female attention. It's driven by sexual failure during adolescence. I agree. I mean, you see that with Black Twitter a lot. I think that's probably the perfect example. And I think maybe that's what he thought I was getting at. Um, but yeah, I mean, you see that from Black Twitter all the time, where just like the existence of a blonde white girl, you're like like they do with Sophie Cunningham. That's like a perfect example.
Yeah.
So I do agree that that exists, but that's not what's going on here at all. And to be doing rebuttals to me at like 4 a.m. is a little
So that was at
unhinged.
4 a.m.
Yeah, I think. Well, wait, hold on. Let me go back to it. I want to say it was something a little unhinged. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to have to pull it back up, but it was at a weird time of night. So yeah,
Huh.
man. Anyway, I we can probably put a bookmark in that topic, but I will extend the invite though. If Aidan wants to come on here and talk about this, I'm willing to do that. I just think he's wrong and he's doing some armchair psychology that doesn't really
Yeah.
apply here. So yeah, what else do you want to talk about? Do you want to do the we could do the burrito question if you
I mean,
want.
the burrito question was interesting because I mean, it's like the same old thing all over again.
Yeah, yeah. What I've seen people doing with the BQ is that you have these boomers making it all about the burrito. That was a throwaway line from that girl who was being interviewed, I guess. Like all she said was like a burrito shouldn't cost $20. And now, of course, you get the Ben Shapiro, a burrito does not cost if you're paying $20 for a burrito. The larger
Well,
point is about
I
cost
like
of
the
living.
funnier points when you break it down because like even though we're Kava guys, so like
Kava's
we
fire. I don't
don't.
care. I don't care what anyone says.
But the thing with Chipotle is someone made a really funny point that you really need to, if you do go to Chipotle or somewhere like that, you have to get extra meat. Otherwise, it's a joke of it's the portions are a joke.
Hmm. And
So
that's an
extra meat,
extra.
that's an extra $3. So like, yeah, they're like, oh, look at the menu. It's $12 for a burrito, and it's like, okay, but like that burrito is gonna be nothing. Like if
Yeah,
you want it to actually be satisfying to a grown man, then you need to put in extras, and the extras make everything cost way more.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, the reason it's getting to the $20, it taps into something we've also talked about with Gen Z, their DoorDash addiction. That's what's pushing their burrito over $20. Like it's the DoorDash thing.
Well, yeah, exactly,
I
and
was
it's
talking
just
I was
yeah.
talking about this with someone, and I don't know if you agree with this, but what I think is going on with like Gen Z spending habits, I think it's simple. I think it's just that they don't feel like they have financial financial future. They don't feel like they're going to get married or own a home. So they say, well, screw it. Might as well buy the burrito. Screw it. Might as well get YouTube Premium. Like it's not conservatives just have no ability to look past like the Excel
Yeah,
spreadsheet of the dollar amount.
I don't even think it's that nihilistic. I think they're just trying to live what they were told was a normal life, and they're living within the cost of living of nowadays, where you do need these subscriptions because like the boomer take is, oh, you don't need the subscriptions, but you do. What
Hmm.
are you gonna do? Like, I mean, even maybe it's not YouTube Premium, but like
Like
you get
Hulu.
these.
Like
Yeah, it's like you need something,
yeah,
and it's just like if you gotta have something, and they're living what they've been told is a normal life, what they grew up thinking was a normal life. Even growing up with different costs of living stuff, they know exactly what it is and how much it costs. It's just I don't think it's the nihilistic view. I think
mm,
they just want normality.
yeah, yeah. I could see that, and Yeah, I
Like
mean,
you can't like the thing is, and you can break this down to like kind of with children. Like if you raise a child wealthy, and then all of a sudden they're not wealthy
mhm.
when they're like 12 years old, they're not going to be able to mental. It's like
Yeah, that's a good point.
there's a mental hang up of they've established one thing one way as their life, the way they live,
Right.
and then now it's like okay, now you're expecting them to kind of change, and the way they grew up is they grew up with all these things being normal, not luxuries,
Hmm.
and then now all of a sudden it's all luxuries.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like a groundbreaking point, but I just don't understand how these people like Shapiro, normie conservatives, are surprised at the rise of socialism, socialist beliefs among the
They
young.
shouldn't be surprised at all.
You're selling them peasant lifestyle. Like, I'm not
Like the
saying lie to
DSAs are
them.
selling them peasant lifestyles as well, but it's sold in a different way of
Yeah, yeah.
we're gonna bring everyone. It becomes appealing
We're going to
when you
seize the
take advantage of the
resources of
yeah
the
when you
people
take
that are wronging
advantage
you. Yeah,
yeah when you take advantage of the angst, it's a lot easier because than just saying grow up, deal with it.
right,
Like you're not
right.
offering anything.
Yeah, and I mean, you can you can make a joke out of it. This is what I see all the time is like Gen Z wants free burritos now. It's like I don't think that's what Gen Z is asking for. I think they're just asking for it like I think they're asking for a decent paying job. I think they're asking to not compete with the entire world
Or
for
to
a
just be
job.
able to
Like,
live a normal life where hey, I can go grab a very filling burrito for $8.
right. Somebody had a really good tweet. They were showing the like the coffee shops where Seinfeld and Friends took place frequently.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yep.
loved that. And they said that just the idea of being able to meet up with your friends really quick is a completely dead concept now. That's going to be $75 easy out the door. Parking, two drinks, maybe even one drink. Maybe an appetizer for the table, a meal for you. That's a quick 7,500 bucks right there when you include tip, and then everybody bemoans the loss of third spaces. And I will admit, like, as somebody who loves to point out the racial angle for the death of the third space, there is an economic component to it also. Like, it's not purely racial. It is at least in part due to the fact that that's unaffordable. So you have the situation where the boomers and Gen X are saying, just go outside. Why don't you just go meet your friends at the coffee shop? Dude, those settings that you saw in Seinfeld and stuff, those are $50, $100 expenditures now. Like, it just is. So you can bemoan the death of third spaces and IRL hangouts if you want. The people bemoaning it are the people saying, "Suck it up. You're not owed to see your friends ever."
Yeah.
So I don't understand how these people are surprised with the consequences of what they've been espousing. So yeah,
It's crazy.
so we got the burrito question. Um, what wasn't there one other thing? What were we talking about earlier in the week? Maybe we could do another one later this week, because the Aidan thing took up a disproportionate amount of time. But yeah, we could probably shoot for an episode later this week. I think there's actually other stuff that we were going to talk about today. Um, but yeah, we can probably wrap it up here if you're
I'll be
cool.
around. I'm on
Okay.
hiatus from hockey.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, it's funny. It's like around the same time you got free from hockey is when I like am like working out during the time that
Oh
we would
man.
be filming. It's just how it goes. But yeah, no, we'll do something later this week. We'll just keep an eye out for stories that relate to what we talk about. But if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow SW on X at Snowmed34, SNOWMED 34. And on Twitter, I'm Jordan B Videos, JORDANBVIDE0S. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will be back later this week. I'll talk to you later, SW.
Take care, man.
Later.